Opportunity zones are a 2017 tax incentive that flashes a giant invest here sign over low-income neighborhoods. They were introduced in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act as a bipartisan inclusion of the tax bill. Here's how opportunity zones work. There are parts of the country that are struggling and really need investment. So the question is, how do we convince investors to put their money in those struggling areas? One way is by offering them a tax incentive. When investors invest in an opportunity zone, they get to keep more of the profits they make instead of being taxed on them, and the longer they keep their money in the OZ, the bigger the tax break. To get the full benefit, for example, a qualifying investment in an OZ would have to be held for at least 10 years. Not only that, but there's no cap on how much investors can invest in OZs. And there are very few administrative barriers to overcome. One of the important restrictions is that OZ investments have to be used for things like new apartment buildings or investments in new businesses. So at their core, opportunity zones are increasing the incentive for investors to fund long-term projects within communities that rarely are able to attract new investment activity on their own. Check out the next video to see if OZs really were distressed when they were designated.